Dollar index. This was the pre-week markup. Had a 4-hour SMR potentially. We had this consolidation. Price came up, swept it, touching the exact high of the weekly SIBI. So I asked, do we break lower? Is this a market maker sell model? And this is how the week played out. The answer is yes, we did break lower. You see that Monday opened, broke lower, creating that 4-hour SIBI. Traded inside of that Tuesday, broke lower. Wednesday, Thursday, we retraced up into this daily fair value cap that we disrespected on Tuesday, going into Wednesday. And then we traded lower here. Now, if I use my standard deviation tool on this retracement up into this daily gap, it gives us 98,554. Is that what I'm looking at? Let's draw a little boop down there. Make it green. That's our target. You see this is a navigator indicator showing me the weekly candles outside of this 4-hour. And you see that weekly was rejecting here up into this wick. Not reaching the halfway point of it. I know that's what I got this fib connected to, showing me the midpoint of this wick. Just missed it here. And we broke lower. So this wick was the Monday push up and break lower here. Strong closing candle. So I think we got reason to push lower down to this sell side liquidity, which means this target is on the way. Get that up over there. Monthly, 5 days to the end of the month. I don't know what that is. Sell side liquidity here. Got this low that I deem engineered liquidity. So daily order flow was bullish up in here. Had to break lower. See what the daily talking about. Okay, yeah. Daily order flow was bullish up until we broke this low. So that low being broken and traded up under. I think that was that line I just deleted too. Close below it, boom. I'll see if we create some sort of fair value gap here or come back for an immediate rebalance and continue lower here. Do we already have that 4 hour? Do we have a 4 hour context? Or will we have this? Let me put this visible on all intervals. Okay. But I need to finish jotting down this. Do my daily update. Let's erase that. That's not true. See, I had this trend line liquidity here. We about to smash through. Get rid of this. Oof. So yeah, I'm targeting these lows. Got this area for resistance. Just gonna jot this. Take a screenshot. And a small daily CB. Almost can't see it. It's inside of this daily inverted fair value gap. So that was just extra confluence when it was happening. The Thursday to run up into it. Thursday was extra bullish though. Friday dropped. All right, let me jot down this weekly. So with this being said, I would target this external range liquidity. It's IRL to ERL. Being respected. Seeking external range liquidity. Swing low. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on with the midpoint of this wick, just for kicks and giggles. So look at what's extremely close to the standard deviation target. Boom, the midpoint of this wick, which would also be a target. So that's enough confluence. Engineered lows, midpoint of this wick, lining up with the standard deviation of that 4-hour retracement leg into that daily BISI. So bearish on the dollar. Oops. Dang. Supposed to take that screenshot. Get rid of this. It's good enough for picture, photo. Now I'm over to micro ES. Like I've been trying to go. Monthly, 5 days left. Starting to respect this SIBI. We were bullish on monthly because of this buy side liquidity, this very large discount wick. So I mean, it was a very fast return back up. bullish price action up above this SIBI. So we'll have to see. But this is bullish. Equal highs here. This charge wick. We just got to see how we're going to close on a monthly. Let me actually take a shot of this. Some indicators. Weekly. We did have a close above this high probability SIBI. Then we had this bearish candle. We did just create this weekly this year. So I'm still bullish off of that. The next weekly SIBI we have that has not been touched is above at 6,062. So I'm still bullish. MES. So I had this wick drawn out as a possible area that we can tag if we retrace down that far. You can see on my notions. See that there before we got down to it. And that's what we did. We came back down. Let's zoom in. Created this fair value gap. We're going down to the body since we got this volume imbalance. So next week I'm watching this in here. Watching it for some bullish reactions up in here to take us higher up into external range liquidity here and up towards the weekly gap. So let's see. Weekly contacts for Still bullish. Bring that back. Bring this back. Now we just have this here. Got breakaway. It's just, yeah, breakaway gap here. Came down and touched this inversion weekly fair value gap. Boom, took off. Goes above this inversion gap. Ooh. Get my screenshot. That's not a good one. Kill a small moth. All right, where do we at? Daily. Did I look at the monthly already? I think I skipped it. No, I didn't. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. See what I'm gonna say about it. Large rejection with bullish intention. Days left in the month. Price back inside. My monthly screenshot looked like it's from the beginning of the month. It's from May 5th. What am I talking about? Okay. Let me show you my notions. Screenshot from the beginning of the month. So, see how that's showing monthly order block. We closed back above it, and we definitely went higher. So, daily. So there was a daily fair value gap. Is that true? Here you go. That's a high probability inversion gap on a daily. Weekly busy here. Daily order block here. We have a daily SIBI here that we kind of closed beyond already. So we may gap lower, then just work this area beginning of the week, then start to push back out. I'll be interested to see how this monthly candle closes and what does that mean for the bullish bias. Let me see what the midpoint of this gap is. Yes, we'll see. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, so we tagged the midpoint of this gap, reject it. See, we close right at the low here. So I'll be interested to see what happened after Sunday open. If it opens at that same level, it might give us that. Body respecting the low of this gap vibe. Like I said, got a daily SIBI here. Weekly drawn liquidity up here. We respected the midpoint of this up close candle, something crucial. Let's see. Boom. See the body's respecting it there. Got rid of this low trend line liquidity here. Down into this busy. So this low is the low of this last bullish leg here. I want to see this respected and protected. I don't want to see us break below this. Not if we bullish towards this level. So hopefully we stay inside of this upper wick on that monthly candle. Just take a screenshot of this. I don't have too much to write. Draw on liquidity. Take my screenshot. Daily. Let's look at the 1 hour. See what the 1 hour is doing. Or did I not look at the 4 hour already? Delete that. That was from this projection here. Last week, I expected us to come up into this daily gap and break lower towards the sell side liquidity. And that is precisely what happened. Came up into that. Let me see. I need this either. Came up into this. Broke lower through that sell side. Strong rejection wick up in here. Do have a SIBI here. Like I was saying, this could be the IRL to ERL down here. That's gonna take us into the weekly gap. What's that looking like coming up the daily? Oof. So I am expecting a sweep below this low. For our rail to ERL. Say bearish context. Oh, down into this low here. Little side liquidity here, here, here. Got a little chop. Maybe that'll offer balanced price range support. So like I said, I'm anticipating a turnaround somewhere in here. So that's our 4-hour context here. Booyah. Drop down to 1 hour. What do we see? 1 hour SIBI here coming out of it. Got this BISI down here. We got to see how we chew through that since we are bearish towards this off of a 4-hour context. So if we use a standard deviation tool, try to project the swing lower in this retracement. Let me see what we're looking at. 5,669. Which is very close to this sell side liquidity here. Might go ahead and mark that out. Going over the NASDAQ. Monthly, we still trading above this monthly SIB. Still above it. Screenshot. It's my last screenshot. Is from the beginning of the month. Very different chart. Bring that back. Do have this weekly gap now. Weekly. We have weekly contacts now, and apparently also daily. But weekly is going to be more important. Catch an IRL to ER move off of this weekly fair value gap that we just created with the overlapping high here. So that looked like a good setup for him in there. Engineer liquidity, I believe, right here. Just missed this high. That's a sign of weakness in most cases, but the way we closing above this monthly gap, I take it into a little bit more consideration. I'll look at this weekly IRL to ERL higher before I look at that SIBI. As a cost to go lower, we would have to disrespect a couple things for me to consider that. I feel like this red line is not for this time frame here. Okay. I don't know what it's for. I'm just gonna delete it. Swept previous week's high, currently failed to reach CE of the weekly SIBI. This level here, 21,593. We only got up to 21,562 and a quarter. This week will likely create a weekly BISI fair value gap we can use to go higher, which it did. see. Weekly contacts. Weekly contacts. Let me blue flag it up. Weekly context. RL to ERL. Bullish. So I will look for 4-hour fair value gaps out of this area, or a 1-hour chain, 2 1-hour high probability legs, or is it 2 15-minute? 2 15-minute high probability legs. Drop it down. Drop it low. Get rid of this daily. Need to see that. Weekly context there. And keep this busy drawn out. We're gonna use this for a inverted level. Change the color of it. Yeah. So watch the midpoint of this area as we move up. Get rid of that. My window open, I don't know. Alright, what do we have written here? Overlapping PD array and discount if we make it down this far, bias is still bullish. No for our SIBI. Unlike, yeah, NASDAQ was the stronger pair. Yeah. Leave that. I will leave that. Those are still true. What's this? Okay, so we did disrespect that daily SIBI. We got this one down here though. Still. Delete that. Let me get my full shot. Booyah. See that monthly busy down here? Respect that. Climbing higher. Yeah, I would expect a strong move out of this area. It's this reaccumulation here. Manipulation down into this busy and boom. I'm looking for some bullish price action up out of this weekly area on NASDAQ and get us a run up to this high. I would like to see it. Take this screenshot. Oh, you know what? No. Weekly context, IRL to ERL, bullish on NASDAQ. Once we get back above this daily gap, I'm gonna want to see it respected, the upper half of it respected. Push us up into these little areas up in here. That's speaking into the future, but maybe we'll come back and check this recording out. Check this little snippet out and show that's exactly what happened. 4-hour bullish impulse from this level. Ooh, 4-hour SIBI created there. We got this lows right here in the upper portion of this weekly gap. Got some lows right here. Got this new week opening gap here. All inside of this weekly gap. We got a lot of stuff going on. Got this old high sitting right by this little consolidation there, which is likely what we move off of. Just taking our time with it, looking at these higher time frames, letting them work. Reading the tape with it. So we tagged up into this SIBI. Don't let go. So that may take us down. Let's see what we're looking like as far as standard deviation. Right down there to that low. One standard deviation. So we might sweep that. Turn around and take off a little bit. Gotta look at our economic calendar for next week and see what's going on. Get a roadmap. Let's see. Try this out here. That's what I'm gonna commit to next week. End of the day, Friday, we did have a 5 minute entry out of this level that could have played out and gave us a little bit of profit from here down to there. Let's look at YM. Look at YM real quick. Leave it on. YM. CYM is pretty bearish. As far as when in relation to this monthly SIBI. This wick is still telling its own story though. Plus we respected this mean threshold. I mean this order block. Let's see where we at on the midpoint of it. Yeah, we respected the mean threshold of this order block here. just setting up my notion for YM, because I usually don't track YM that much and just look at it every once in a while, but I think I'm gonna start tracking it. So let's see. YM is barely reached to city and reject much. So NQ is the strongest. YM is the weakest. Leave that there, right here. Weekly. This is the only weekly cap we have here. It is there though. Got this volume imbalance here. What is this? Well, you know what? We are currently inside of this weekly cap. That's what's going on. Close at the high of it. Buy side target here. Sibby. Got an inversion Sibby over here. Tagging into it currently. Engineered by side liquidity. Engineered side liquidity. Well, that's what I see. Same time, we got this monthly IRL to ERL down here, but that's a very deep drop. What I need on a monthly, I would need daily fair value gaps. We have one here with a little breaking shift in market structure here. So I'm wondering, we could do a 2 candle rejection still. Get that. Got plenty of downside to go on those other pairs. If that's the context we want to do, I'm gonna watch this. I'm actually bearish on YM. I'm gonna watch that. We don't disrespect this then. We ain't did nothing. So run back up to that weekly though. Delete this. Because right now we actually got monthly IRL to ERL context. And it's gonna have to prove me otherwise here. Monthly IRL. It's barely. So this is actually my new take on YM. Write that there. Yeah, that's why I do got these bullish fair value gaps there, but gotta see. Might just break down through these. Yeah, so this is my new take actually. Yeah, so when we get down to that daily, we got very obvious daily civvy here. Did trade lower into these down close candles and waked up. So I would need to see YM disrespect this if it's gonna be in sync with NASDAQ and ES. So that's something to watch here. I'm gonna watch for the ERL context from here. That'll give me a little bit of insight on how NASDAQ and the other pairs moving. Still engineered buy side liquidity right below these buy stops, but it is what it is. Let's see. Daily. Bearish. I'm looking like I'm gold. See gold, we got this weekly busy down here. Body's respecting it so far, starting to push up. Gonna see how we respect the midpoint of this weekly wick here, and also this one. Drawing both out, we might see something interesting there. Might see something interesting. That gold recently. Okay, so when was this? May 22nd. Well, Thursday was my last markup gold. Let me show you what it looked like. So that's what we had there. 2 daily fair value gaps from the weekly BISI. Boom and boom. So this candle did end up tagging into, no, couldn't have been. But yeah, well, it did it? Yeah. Yeah, so this ended up being a bearish candle down into this SIBI here, this BISI here. Let me just show you what happened. Yeah. So this opened up and was trading higher. They ended up not taking this high, creating some engineered buy side liquidity, coming down into this daily fair value gap. And then so Friday, boom, traded up, got that external range liquidity here. Boom, into the engineered buy side liquidity. Nice little move. Into the high of this, near the high of this daily fair value gap. Nice move off of that. Weekly context is up here. Oops. Expect this SIBI to be ran through. It's not true anymore. Okay. Looking at this order block being respected here. What's this daily? Go down in the 4 hours, see what we got going on. Do got 4 hour IRL here. Got this, now this looks similar to how YM's looking right now. So this is what I would want to see on YM. But we don't have that daily fair value gap on YM, I don't think. We got that weekly fair value gap. Not true. So weekly is stronger than daily, but monthly is stronger than weekly. So we kind of trapped in between order flow here. Might go sideways. Our first 4 hour gap is here. Four-hour gap there. 4 hour gap here. Bullish bias. Or text. Bullish. YM is bearish. Q is bullish. MES is bearish and bullish on this. Euro USD futures. Got this weekly context here. Kind of traded deep down into it. 4 hour gaps, 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour. IRL 4 hour. Boom, boom. I'll trade down into it. Daily, busy. Came down into boom. Looking for a 1 hour shift out of it. Got it here. I wanted to enter on that trade. Boom. Stop loss there. One or two. Booyah. Let's hit at 7 a.m. All right, I'm done.